The moon, our constant companion in the night sky, has been there for as long as we can remember. But what if one day we looked up and it was gone? What would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared? While it may seem like just another conspiracy theory, this is actually a serious scientific question that experts have pondered for decades. So let us take a deep dive into this intriguing topic and explore what would happen if the moon were to vanish overnight. One of the most noticeable effects of the moon's disappearance would be the dramatic reduction in tidal range. The gravitational pull of the moon is the primary cause of the tides we experience on Earth. Without the moon, the tides would be significantly less extreme. In fact, they would be closer to what we see on days when the moon is at its farthest point from Earth, known as apogee. Currently, the tidal range varies depending on the alignment of the sun and the moon. At its greatest, the tidal range can reach up to 16 feet or 5 meters. However, during apogee, when the moon is at its farthest point, the tidal range is reduced by half. This means that without the moon, we would likely only experience tides of about 2 to 3 feet or half a meter, which is still enough to disrupt coastal communities that rely on predictable tides for navigation and daily life. The consequences of losing the moon's gravitational influence wouldn't end with the tides. The moon also plays a crucial role in stabilizing Earth's axial tilt. As you know, Earth is tilted on its axis by about 23.5 degrees. This tilt is responsible for the seasons we experience throughout the year. However, this tilt is not constant and it has the potential to shift, causing drastic changes in the climate. According to scientists, the moon helps to stabilize Earth's tilt to within 1 degree, which is essential for maintaining the balance of our climate system. Without the moon, Earth's tilt could fluctuate more widely, leading to more extreme seasons, including hotter summers and colder winters. Moreover, these changes in tilt could also disrupt the delicate balance of ocean currents that play a vital role in regulating global temperatures. Earth's atmosphere would also be negatively impacted by the moon's disappearance. The moon acts as a natural air purifier by absorbing and reflecting cosmic radiation. This radiation can be harmful to humans and other living things on Earth. Without the moon to protect us, we would face higher levels of cosmic radiation, potentially leading to an increase in cancer and other health issues. Additionally, the moon's magnetic field is thought to help deflect some of the solar wind, a stream of charged particles constantly flowing from the sun towards Earth. Without the moon's magnetic field, the solar wind would hit Earth more directly, potentially disrupting our planet's own magnetic field and causing widespread electrical and technological problems. But perhaps the most dramatic effect of the moon's disappearance would be felt in the realm of human consciousness. For centuries, the moon has had a profound impact on human culture, influencing everything from art and literature to religion and folklore. Its phases have inspired poets, its craters have intrigued astronomers, and its glow has guided travelers through the darkest nights. Even the length of a year is tied to the moon's cycle, with the word month itself deriving from the Latin word for moon. It's no wonder that the moon has captured the human imagination for so long. In modern times, the moon plays a vital role in space exploration and scientific research. It serves as a testing ground for new technologies and a source of valuable resources that could be used to sustain human life. For example, the moon's surface is rich in helium-3, an isotope that could be used to generate clean energy here on Earth. In fact, the moon is the only celestial body known to contain significant quantities of helium-3, making it a potentially invaluable resource for future generations. Furthermore, the moon's gravitational pull makes it an ideal location for building space infrastructures such as fuel depots and observation stations. These facilities could then be used to support missions further into space, allowing humans to explore and understand the universe around us like never before. However, the benefits of the moon don't end with its physical resources and strategic location. The moon also plays a vital role in our planet's defense system. As we all know, Earth is constantly bombarded by meteoroids of all shapes and sizes. Most of these space rocks burn up in the atmosphere before they can do any damage, but some do make it through and pose a serious threat to life as we know it. The moon helps to protect us from these dangerous meteorites by acting as a sort of shield. When a meteoroid enters the Earth-Moon system, the moon's gravity will either pull it out of orbit or break it apart. This means that many meteoroids that would otherwise hit Earth are instead diverted away from the planet or destroyed before they can cause any harm. Without the moon, we would be left vulnerable to the constant bombardment of meteoroids, which could have devastating consequences for life on Earth. Imagine a world where large meteor impacts are a common occurrence and the threat of extinction looms large over humanity. It's a scary thought, but it's a reality that we would face without the moon's protective shield. As you can see, the moon plays a vital role in our existence. It stabilizes the Earth's tilt and axis, protects us from meteorites, influences our tides, and even inspires our creativity. Losing the moon would have catastrophic consequences for our planet and for us humans. So let us take a moment to appreciate this celestial body that has been with us since the dawn of time. Now, you might be wondering how something so big could just disappear. Well, there are a few possibilities. One is that the moon could be blown off its orbit by a rogue planet or comet. Another is that it could be destroyed by a supermassive explosion, perhaps caused by a collision with an asteroid. Yet another possibility is that the moon could simply drift away into outer space, gradually losing its gravitational connection to Earth. Whatever the reason for its disappearance, the consequences would be nothing short of catastrophic. And while the idea of a moonless Earth may seem like a far-fetched fantasy, it's important to remember that anything is possible in the vastness of space. Scientists have estimated that the chances of the moon disappearing anytime soon are extremely low. We can rest easy knowing that our celestial companion will continue to grace our night sky for many years to come. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe for more updates on all things space. And if you want to learn more about the fascinating world of the moon, check out some of our other videos on this topic. You never know, you might just learn something that will blow your mind. So what do you think? What would you do if the moon suddenly disappeared? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay tuned for more exciting videos from us. Until next time, keep looking up. You're probably familiar with the saying that the sun is the center of our solar system and everything revolves around it. But what if I told you that that saying isn't entirely true? That's right. There's a lot more to the story, and today, we're going to uncover the shocking truth about the sun and what really goes on in our solar system. First, let's take a closer look at the sun itself. It's a massive ball of hot gas that generates energy through nuclear fusion, converting hydrogen into helium and releasing enormous amounts of light and heat in the process. But did you know that the sun is actually a middle-aged star? It's about 4.6 billion years old and has roughly 10 billion years left in its current state. Now let's shift our focus to Earth. Our planet is perfectly situated in the habitable zone of the solar system, which means that it receives just the right amount of sunlight and warmth to support life as we know it. But did you know that Earth isn't the only planet in the habitable zone? There are several other planets and dwarf planets that could also support life, such as Mars, Venus, Europa, and Enceladus. So what exactly makes a planet suitable for life? Well, it's not just about the amount of sunlight and warmth a planet receives. Other factors such as the presence of water, a protective atmosphere, and a stable climate also play a crucial role. And it turns out that many of the planets and dwarf planets in our solar system have at least some of these conditions, suggesting that life may not be as rare as we once thought. But what does this mean for Earth? If there is life out there on other planets, how does that affect our place in the universe? Some scientists believe that if life does exist elsewhere in the solar system, it would likely be in some form of microorganisms or single-celled organisms. However, others argue that with billions of planets out there, it's only a matter of time before we discover intelligent alien life. Imagine the impact that would have on humanity. Discovering alien life would revolutionize our understanding of the universe and our place in it. It would raise profound questions about the origins of life and the possibility of other advanced civilizations. And while it may seem like science fiction, it's actually a real possibility. In fact, NASA has launched several missions to search for signs of life on planets like Mars and Europa. But what happens if we don't find any signs of life? Does that mean that Earth is truly alone in the universe? Not necessarily. Some scientists argue that the lack of evidence for life elsewhere doesn't prove that it doesn't exist. It just means that we haven't found it yet. With so much of the universe still unexplored, it's entirely possible that we'll discover life in our solar system or beyond. So what are we doing to prepare for this possibility? Well, NASA and other space agencies around the world are developing new technologies to search for life beyond Earth. They're also creating plans for what to do if we do find life, whether it's in our solar system or on a distant exoplanet. For now, we can continue to explore our solar system and look for signs of life. Who knows what we might find? With every new discovery, we learn more about the universe and our place in it. And who knows, maybe one day we'll find that we're not alone.